So basically, the question is asked, who should be the authority to have first? Should be a owner of the company, of the investor, the government, or who do you think, in your opinion, is justified to set out these kind of regulations?
I think that there are perhaps multiple points of access or a platform in which you can access into the metaverse, and those players would perhaps be tasked with enforcing or determining the terms and conditions or the user conduct for a person to enter into those systems and use that. We understand from this as well that those point of access may store your personal data. They should also be the ones to put together the code of conduct. And each of these points of access should come together to streamline their codes of conduct to be in the same manner. But in terms of the jurisdiction, which would be applicable or which government would be coming in to govern this, it will be quite a difficult question as well, as the metaverse is quite borderless.
Yes. But the main purpose of metaverse is to create a decentralized system or environment for people to come and interact and to regulate and to have a new economic society inside the metaverse. So I think the original purpose of metaverse is not for government to interfere or not to have any one government to have a dominance in the metaverse. I think it's actually designed to keep government out of the system or the environment.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I want to add on something about the question. Yeah, that is a great question about our privacy or human every right on the metaverse. I want to every student law to look into about the DAO concept. Not the DAO that just got hacked that in my session, but the DAO concept that's called Decentralized Autonomous Organization. I'm at the father the DAO in the Thailand that called Naga DAO. We create the ecosystem that teach every Thai person to learn about the Web3 and can make the money as a career. And even I'm the founder, I not have every right to run this DAO. It will be the community driven about the governance token that spread to the author, to the community, to the everyone that involved with this concept. So, but it's still early and have a lot of problem. But I believe with your talent, with your ability, you can improve this concept to the more global about the DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. That's what I want to say. Okay.
Thank you so much. So the next question is from the same person. The general question about smart contract is that some experts claim that it's not so-called smart, as it firstly cannot be adapted to changes, which means bugs, exploit, and that may occur. Second, a question about that legality, and third, can only do limited action only, not legally binding, and can only be graded, it cannot be deleted or private something when infringement of contract happen. So what do you think about this? Should the smart contract act as a simple proof of ownership, or should we develop it further?
Thank you for the question. It's very exciting question for me. Okay, let the first thing that you call that. Okay, the smart contract, that's so smart. I agree with you completely. Yes, the smart contract that shouldn't be called smart because actually it's so very stupid, like you said. But by the way, let me answer you one by one the question. The first that you said that it cannot adapt, it cannot change if they had the flaw or some mistake. Yes, but if the normal contract, smart contract have created, if they don't say that they can change it later, yes, they can change anything. You have to deploy the new contract to fix the bug. But by the way, now we have some concept that called proxy contract. You can upgrade it later. You can change it every time that you want. So it will be more flexible in the future if the talent programmer understand the proxy contract. You can look into more detail. By the way, proxy contract is very dangerous for the people who don't understand how to upgrade them. Yes, this is the first one. Another question about the legality. Yes, this is the most important thing. The smart contract is still not involved about the real world law. They cannot enforce to the something like the real estate or the something that you have to need the paper in the writing, something like that. That's a problem. But I believe that the smart contract can evolve, but it have to work the coverage for the every term, every organization in the world. 3. Can only do limit action only, not legally binding. Can only create and cannot delete or private something when infringement of contract happen. Okay, it's about the limit. Let's get back to the second question. Now we have a technology that's called uh, Oracle. About the Oracle. This is the technology that can link the digital world like the blockchain to the real world. Yes, this is the first step of the to buy the real world and the digital world together. But it's still early, but it can. So it can expand the limitation of the smart contract to expand more than ever. And you said that, yet like I said, the smart contract, if it deployed to the public blockchain, you can keep them private. So anything, you can keep your information, your personal data, your metadata to the private. Everything have to be the public. By the way, it's the public blockchain is not just the only one blockchain in the world right now. They have the private blockchain. They have the like the organization blockchain. You can adapt it. So you have to use the blockchain to the right use case, right situation. That is what you can do. Smart contract is not just itself. You have to considering about the what is blockchain that was deployed. Yes.
Maybe elaborate more on the Oracle blockchains. So type of blockchain that putting they will filtering up the informations that will be stored in the blockchain, because once we store the informations in the blockchains, it's quite hard to edit. So those kind of blockchain Oracle blockchains will solve that pain points. So they will filtering up whether those data are real, not real, putting in the blockchains, and we can use those informations and apply with the smart contract. You're writing a code to bringing up those informations that representing in the real world. And as Kun F said, that smart contract is not so smart if the one who deployed the contract are not are not be very careful in deploying it. So it's quite in a open for debates that maybe smart contract will help us in the ways using in as a tools. Once you have to look in a books of the laws, you might have coding in smart contract like if these situations might somehow comply with in what sections of the laws, that's somehow I think it's a room to develop as a tools for the lawyers to use also.
Yes.
Thank you so much, both speakers from Science Premium and from Big Cup. So, unfortunately, our time is up, so we have to wrap this up. So, now that the panel discussion is over, we, on behalf of the organizing committee, would like to take this moment to appreciate our speaker who have shared their expertise with us and giving us a useful lecture. So therefore, we would like to invite them onto the stage and take a commemorative picture together and receive an appreciation gift from the President of ALSA Forum Organizing Committee, Mr. Nicholas Ranza. Please welcome to the stage. And also, for Science Premier speaker who joined us online, we will be sending the commemorative gifts to the place of your choosing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please welcome Mr. President.
Yeah, see you in the Metaverse.
We invited Siam Premier to take a picture virtual with us. So. If possible, speaker from Siam Premier, we also requested if you could do always be one is our concept. Thank you. If possible, could you do this symbol, the number one? It's a concept of ALSA, always be one. Thank you, appreciate it. So that is it for the panel discussion. If you have any remarks you would like to make, we would like to pass the floor back to the MC. Thank you everyone. Thank you our speakers. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank youค่ะขอบคุณค่ะ
So thank you for your participations in these sessions. Now it's time for our lunch break. So please stay in Zoom and come back before 1:10 p.m. See you guys in the next hour.